Application, Domenic Forno Incorporated, Zero Mayone Manager, has applied for a common victualler license at 75-125 Finney Street. Said license if granted will allow food and non-alcoholic beverages to be sold, served, and consumed on said premises with a seating capacity of 49 inside and 12 seasonal patio seats with operating hours from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. 7 days per week.
Good evening again, Mr. Chairman. James Rafferty, on behalf of the applicant. Seated to my right is Ciro Mayone, M-A-I-O-N-E. Is it Mayone?
Mayone's fine.
Mayone. Mr. Mayone is looking to open a new business in a new building that's approaching completion at 75-125 Finney Street. It's a building approved as part of a overall PUD special permit issued by the planning board several years ago to Alexander Real Estate. The principal, it's a life science building, but one of the requirements of the special permit was that portions of the ground floor be retail, and the intention is to create active uses. So Mr. Mayone operates a very successful restaurant in Waltham known as Domenic's. And Domenic's has a strong following, but one of the unique aspects about Domenic's is that Mr. Mayone is a third-generation baker, and they feature freshly prepared breads. They bake all their breads on premises. This is going to serve, and we submitted authentic Neapolitan and regional Italian items alongside Italian-American favorites. It's a bakery, deli, and casual restaurant all in one. It's going to service occupants of the building, obviously, the surrounding neighborhood, the greater Kendall Square neighborhood, and it's on the residential side of Finney Street. It's across the street from a new 2.2-acre park that was provided to the city by Alexander as part of the development. So it really, I know from direct involvement that the landlord really went through a very thorough vetting of what would be the right use there, and tried to come up with something that would add to the current offerings in Kendall Square. As Kendall Square, we all know, has matured, there have been a variety of food offerings, but for the longest time there wasn't much. So Mr. Mayone's business features catering, so he can accommodate offices within the building. It's the type of place where residents could stop by on their way home from work. If they're leaving the Kendall Square T stop and heading into the East Cambridge neighborhood, it will serve as a great supplier of food to the neighborhood. Its proposed hours from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Seating includes 10 patio seats on private property, and it will serve as a nice way to activate this new building. The building is due to open, I think, in the next...
They said maybe November.
Yeah. So it's going to be the home of Ariad Pharmaceuticals. And it's a dramatically designed building with a large atrium area that opens up onto the park, and the food, it was always anticipated that a food service use would complement the type of active use that's sought for here, so that people beyond just the tenants of the building would be drawn to the building and to the restaurant. So I know Alexander is excited that Mr. Mayone has been able to make this commitment, and I know that people throughout the neighborhood are excited about this restaurant that has such a success in Waltham coming into campus.
Quick question, is it 12 outdoor seats or 10?
Yes. I think the floor plan shows 12.
Okay.
12, you said 10.
You said 10?
Yeah, you did.
Did I say so? Yeah. It's,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, 12.
Three sets of 4.
Okay.
How long have you had the establishment, Waltham?
36 years.
I guess that's established.
What's the nearest crosswalk on Bin
It'll be
Street?
second.
Second.
Yeah, for the second.
And the parking for customers outside the complex, where would they
There's
park?
parking in front.
There's
Parking in front.
metered parking.
Right.
On the
Bin
terms
Street itself,
on the
yeah.
terms of special permit, the retail, the small business exemption for retail is any premises less than 10,000 square feet on the retail side. So it's on street metered parking and resident parking in the back. There's a parking garage in the building. The building is, that garage is for the
Right. Yeah.
commercial tenants, as well as there's an adjoining residential building at 273rd Street that just will reach completion. This is a block-long building that runs Binney Street between 3rd and 2nd. If you notice, they've completed the improvements to Binney Street. The cycle track has been installed. It's going to be a principal bicycle artery from the Charles River through into Kendall. It's all part of a well-conceived and executed master plan that's designed to make these buildings interact more with the community. So I'm going to say this without appearing to be judgmental. Some of the criticism has been that there's a lot of elite-style eateries there, and this is something that's seen as a little more broad-based in its appeal. It's neighborhood-friendly. It's you can pronounce most of the names of the food, and even though kale is very popular and things like that, you know, where do you get a good salami sandwich in Kendall Square? And any specialties that?
Lots of specialties.
Yeah. Now, there's a building a few blocks away where dedicated men and women protect the city all day, and they've been known to have an interest in a good sandwich. So.
I love it.
How soon after the November opening do you plan on opening your establishment?
I would say sometime in the winter we'd be ready to open. Say
So-
February.
Like, so it'd be crossing over to the new year then, February?
Yes.
They haven't done the fit out yet for
Mhm.
the restaurant. The landlord delivers them the space.
How long is your lease?
10-year with options.
Are there any members of the public who wish to be heard? There are none.
I have minor housekeeping. You gave me the abutter notifications, I don't have the affidavit.
Oh. Sorry about that.
And while I'm just looking, I have a letter in support from Councilor Domenic that during the rezoning process for the parcels along Binney Street, much importance was placed on transforming Binney into a retail corridor. With the application of Domenic Forno, this vision is starting to take shape. I support the application and hope to welcome the first of many new businesses to Binney Street.
And
That's all I have.
Okay. I'll make a motion that the CV license be approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 3-0. Thank you very much.
Thank you.